Welcome to the Paranormal Bible Podcast. Get ready for a chilling paranormal probe this week.
Yeah.
Into not one, but two eerie tales.
Double dose?
Yeah, a double dose ripped from the pages of flash fiction. We're delving into the spectral inhabitants of old houses, the dark secrets they hold. Think like a blockbuster horror, but in your ears.
Right.
First up is Blackwood Manor. Something ancient lurks within those very walls.
Oh, yeah. Blackwood Manor. Even the name sounds creepy, right? And that feeling Sarah gets right away, that oppressive atmosphere, it's like the house itself is warning you. Do you think places can really hold on to negative energy like that?
I mean, it's hard to say for sure, but I think it's possible. You've got this classic horror movie setup, right? A family moves.
Oh, yeah. Always a bad idea in horror movies, right?
Always a bad idea, yeah. Sarah and Ben, their teenage daughter Emily, they all moved from sunny California to upstate New York.
Huge change.
A huge change, all because of Ben's new job. And, anytime you uproot a family like that, there's bound to be some stress. Emily's resentment is like this dark cloud hanging over everything, and it's all happening in this grand historic house.
Yeah.
But everyone locally knows it's got a bad reputation.
Oh, yeah. It's not just Emily bringing the dark clouds. The house itself has some baggage.
Yeah, exactly. The locals, they know all about the unfortunate ends of the people who lived there before. Sarah, she says she's a skeptic. She tries to focus on the good stuff, the potential.
Well, yeah, the house probably has good bones, right?
Good bones, exactly. But she does get this uneasy feeling right away, and it doesn't really go away. Makes you think, doesn't it? Like maybe our skepticism, maybe it's just a way to protect ourselves from what our gut is already telling us.
Interesting. It's like we're trying to logic our way out of being scared.
Maybe. So then things start happening. It's subtle at first. Emily's kind of withdrawn, acting out. I mean, teenagers, right?
Yeah, teenager.
But then Sarah, she starts hearing things. Scratching in the wall behind their bed.
Oh, not good.
And it's not just the usual creaks and groans of an old house. It's more than that. It's like a skittering, irregular scratching. So I got to ask, in all your paranormal research, do you think certain sounds are like clues? Like a signature of a certain type of entity?
It's interesting you should say that. A lot of these stories, these hauntings, they do seem to start with these repetitive, unsettling sounds. Like something's trying to get your attention. It's like a little tack on the shoulder from the other side, you know?
Yeah, like, hey, pay attention.
Exactly. And of course, Ben's reaction, totally normal, right? Just an old house settling. We want those logical explanations. But it leaves Sarah feeling alone, feeling like she's going crazy.
Yeah. And then things, they really ramp up. Emily sees a ghostly woman in her mirror.
Classic.
The classic horror image.
Yeah.
Then it gets even more real. Stuff goes missing and reappears in weird places. Emily starts hearing her name whispered when she's all alone. And then, of course, the classic unexplained banging in the attic. It's like every haunted house has to have that. Why do you think attics are always so creepy?
I think it's because they're often these forgotten spaces filled with old things, memories, places we don't go very often. And that makes them perfect for our imaginations to run wild. It's like whatever's lurking up there knows we're uneasy about it, and it feeds on that fear.
It's the perfect setup for a horror movie. And Sarah, she tries to rationalize everything, but it's getting harder and harder. Each new thing, it just chips away at her skepticism.
It's like that saying, right? Seeing is believing, or in this case, hearing and experiencing is believing. It's a buildup, a psychological pressure cooker.
And then comes that pivotal moment, the late-night research session. Sarah dives into the local folklore about Blackwood Manor. She finds all these stories, disappearances, people going mad, possessions. It's like the house itself is infamous.
Oh, yeah. Every town has that one house, right?
Right. But do you think all those local legends, do they give more weight to the paranormal activity, or is it just like collective fear feeding the imagination?
That's the age-old question, isn't it? You have to wonder, are these stories based on something real, or are they just stories, But in Sarah's case, it validates her fears. It's like, okay, I'm not the only one who's experienced something weird here. This house has a history.
It's like suddenly everything clicks, right? And then she goes up to the attic, the door's ajar. She feels like she's being watched, but there's nothing there. It's just that feeling, that primal fear. It's like the house itself is alive.
It's playing with her. Classic haunting behavior.
Yeah, it's messed up. So at this point, Sarah knows she needs help. She finds this guy, Alistair Thorne, a paranormal investigator. And he's not like some cheesy ghost hunter. He's portrayed as a real professional.
Right, he takes it seriously.
He actually believes her.
Right.
He calls the entity the Watcher, an echo of past tragedies. It's like he's giving a name to her fear. What do you think about those paranormal investigators in these stories? Do they offer hope, or do they sometimes make things worse?
It's tricky. I think it depends. Sometimes just having someone acknowledge what you're going through, that can be a huge relief. Like, okay, I'm not crazy, but then, yeah, sometimes they stir things up, they attract attention. It's like poking a hornet's nest, you know?
And Thorne, he's not just there to validate. He investigates. And guess what he finds? A hidden door in the attic.
Ooh, hidden door, never a good sign.
Yeah, behind a steamer trunk of all things, there are scratches on the door, faded blood stains. It's like suddenly those local legends, those whispers of tragedy, they're not so far-fetched anymore.
Nope. The past is literally bleeding through.
It's chilling.
Yeah.
And the hidden door leads to a subterranean chamber.
Oh, wow.
And, it's got all the spooky stuff, arcane symbols on the walls, empty niches. Thorne believes that whatever this watcher is, it's possessed people before. It's heavy stuff.
Definitely. We've gone from creaking doors and cold spots to a whole other level of haunting.
Yeah. And Thorne, he thinks he knows how to stop it. He's going to do a ritual. He's got this glowing liquid and ancient incantations. It's a straight-up confrontation with whatever's in the house. Do you think, confronting these things head-on, is that ever a good idea?
I mean, sometimes you have to fight fire with fire, right? But in the paranormal world, I don't know, you might just be poking that hornet's nest again.
Yeah, it can get messy. And of course, things go wrong. The watcher doesn't like being messed with. All this malevolent energy explodes. Shadowy figures appear. Thorne, he tells Sarah to run. He creates this protective sigil to try and hold the thing back.
No, he's sacrificing herself.
It's a huge, chaotic moment. And then, silence. Sarah escapes, but we don't know what happened to Thorne.
That's the worst, that not knowing.
It is. The police investigate, but they just call it a tragic accident. Blackwood Manor stays empty, unsold. But Sarah, she can still feel the watcher. It's like it's waiting, biding its time. It even whispers to her about its patience. Ugh, gives me chills just thinking about it. So we escaped the house, but did we really escape the haunting?
That's the question, right? Can you ever truly escape something like that? Or does it latch onto you, follow you wherever you go?
That's a terrifying thought. But that's just our first paranormal probe. We've got another flash fiction story, and this one's got a very different vibe.
Yeah, this one's interesting. It's called Victorian. And instead of a family moving into a spooky house, we have this guy, Declan Walsh.
Yeah.
He's like a tech genius, reclusive, eccentric, and he inherits this crumbling Victorian mansion.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not scared. He's actually excited. It's like he's looking for something.
Yeah. It's like he wants the haunting, right?
Yeah.
And he hires Sarah Lynn, a paranormal debunker. It's a total flip from our first story. Now, we've got a skeptic who's supposed to explain away the spooky stuff, but the locals, they're whispering about vanishings, a wailing ghost.
Classic haunted house tropes. So why bring in a skeptic? What do you think that adds to the story?
Well, I think it makes things more believable. Like, we're getting both sides, the believer and the non-believer.
Yeah.
And when things start happening that even the skeptic can't explain, it makes it that much creepier.
Right. It's like, if this person who doesn't believe in ghosts is getting freaked out, then something must really be going on.
Exactly. So at first, Sarah doesn't find anything. Declan, though, he's got all his fancy tech gadgets, and he finds a cold spot. Even Sarah's intrigued. It makes you wonder, can technology actually detect ghosts? Or is it just picking up on, normal stuff?
It's a tough one. I mean, science is constantly evolving, right? What might seem paranormal today could have a perfectly rational explanation tomorrow. But there are things we can't measure, things that defy our understanding. I think that's what makes these stories so compelling. It's the mystery.
Absolutely. So the cold spot leads them to this hidden alcove. And inside, they find an old diary, a governess's diary from the 19th century.
A diary. Ooh, spooky diary.
Yeah, and she wrote about all these weird experiences, cold touches, strange noises. But here's the thing. The diary also mentions experiments, rituals happening in the basement, and they were trying to unlock the veil.
Ooh, so they were messing with forces they didn't understand.
Yeah, it seems that way. And then they find the hidden basement laboratory. It's just like the diary described. Creepy symbols on the walls, broken vials everywhere. Even Declan's scientific instruments, they're going crazy.
Oh, so it's not just spooky vibes, but actual measurable energy. That changes things.
It does. And just when things are getting really interesting, they hear a noise upstairs. And then two guys break in. They think the mansion's full of treasure. They're looking for Declan's equipment.
Oh, so a real-world danger on top of the haunting.
Yeah. It's intense. A fight breaks out. A candlestick knocks over, sets the governess's diaries on fire.
Oh, no. Not the diary.
But here's the thing. When the pages burn, these glowing symbols appear on the brick underneath.
Ooh, like the symbols in the basement. It's all connected.
And that's when Declan realizes it's not just a haunting. Something big is happening beneath the house.
He's starting to put the pieces together.
Yeah. The house starts groaning and shaking. The fire spreads. Those symbols in the basement are glowing brighter. They barricade themselves in the study. Declan figures out the robbers. They weren't just looking for valuables. They were after whatever's in the basement, too. He thinks he can contain it, but he needs a specific kind of conductor.
A conductor, like for the energy.
Yeah, he says he needs an emotional conductor. They go back down to the basement. The robbers are gone. The symbols are pulsing. And this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Declan, he's working on his tablet, trying to code something, but he needs that conductor. Sarah gives him her EMF reader.
Her EMF reader. That's interesting. So technology meets the supernatural again.
And then, boom, this dark, writhing entity appears. It's drawn to the EMF reader, drawn to Declan's code. It hisses, "More." The entire room freezes over.
Wow, that's powerful.
And Sarah, she's got the burned pages of the governess's diary. She throws them at the entity, and it's like the entity is feeding on them, but it's not happy about it. The memories, they're disrupting its hunger. They're memories of joy, of love, and the entity starts to fade.
So it's not just negativity that fuels these things,
Yeah.
but positive emotions can hurt them too. That's a new one.
Right. Then the governess appears.
Whoa.
Her ghost. She's sad, but she's not evil. She explains that the house is full of echoes, and her own fear, her longing, it got all twisted up by those experiments Declan's ancestors were doing.
Oh, so it's like a tragic echo of her emotions.
Exactly. She says that Declan, he's the pattern breaker. His tech disrupted the cycle. And she's fading, finding peace.
That's a nice change. A ghost finding peace instead of, wreaking havoc.
It is. Paramedics and police show up. It's back to the real world. But Declan and Sarah, they're changed. Declan, he sees the mansion as a new challenge now, a place to understand and help the remaining echoes. And he wants to work with Sarah.
It's like a whole new approach to paranormal investigation, tech, and empathy.
So what do you think? 2 houses, 2 hauntings, both terrifying, but for very different reasons.
Right. In Blackwood Manor, you have this ancient force, maybe even a being, feeding on negativity. It makes you think about the scars we leave behind, how trauma can linger. And then in the Victorian mansion, it's more complicated. A tragic echo of human emotion, amplified by experiments gone wrong. It's like a cautionary tale about messing with things we don't understand.
It's a lot to process.
It is.
Makes you wonder about all the places we walk past every day. Are there echoes in the walls, whispers we can't quite hear?
I think so. It's like the past is never really gone, is it? It's all around us, just waiting to be uncovered.
So what do we do with that? Do we try to understand it, or do we just try to ignore it?
I don't know the answer to that, but I think it's important to be aware, to keep an open mind. We might not have all the answers, but that doesn't mean we stop asking the questions.
I like that. Keep asking the questions. Well, thank you all for joining us on this Paranormal Probe. We hope you enjoyed this double dose of flash fiction terror. Don't forget to rate and follow the Paranormal Bible Podcast for more creepy explorations into the unknown. Until next time, stay curious, but maybe keep the lights on.
Good advice.